She doesn't text back. When she finally does, it's a cold, lifeless one-word reply. The same woman who once lit up your phone with endless messages, who used to crave every ounce of your attention, now acts as if you don't even exist. And suddenly, you're left staring at the screen, asking yourself, what happened? Where did it all go wrong? But listen carefully. This is not the moment to panic. This is not the time to chase her, to plead, or to prove your worth. No, this is the moment to rise. Because when a woman ignores you, she's not just being distant. She's testing you, and how you respond will determine everything. In this video, we're going to unlock the brutal calm of Stoicism and reveal how a true man responds when she thinks she can play with his mind. You'll see why silence can cut deeper than rage, why detachment can be deadlier than obsession, and how choosing self-respect over validation dismantles her ego faster than any argument ever could. Make no mistake, this isn't about petty revenge. It's about transformation. She thinks you'll break under the weight of her silence. But instead, you vanish like a ghost. Stoic, calm, unshaken. And it's in that absence, your absence, that she begins to feel the storm. Because nothing rattles the unprepared more than a man who refuses to bend. So let's break this down. Why does she ignore you? What does it truly mean when her attention suddenly disappears? Here's the truth you must understand. A woman ignoring you is almost always a test. Sometimes it's conscious, sometimes it's subconscious, but either way, it's a game of power. She wants to see what you're really made of. Will your entire identity crumble without her validation? Will you fold just because she steps back? Will you chase her like every other desperate man? Or will you sit still, composed, grounded, untouchable, radiating strength in silence? The Stoics never begged for attention. They mastered themselves, their inner world, and let the outside world adjust to their gravity. Marcus Aurelius himself wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." So what does a Stoic man do when a woman begins to ignore him? He does nothing. But understand, this nothing is not weakness. This nothing is everything. Because she expects a reaction. She expects anger. She expects fear. She expects emotion. And when you give her none of that, you shift the balance of power completely. But what happens next, and why this strategy works so powerfully, is what we'll uncover in the next part. She expected a reaction. She expected anger, panic, or even desperate words to pull her back. But instead, what she gets is silence. And that silence shakes her more than 1,000 messages ever could, because it proves something terrifying. You don't need her. At that moment, the very ego she tried to inflate collapses. She has just broken the Stoic law of testing. And the lesson begins. Lesson 1. Detach to dominate. Epictetus once said, "We suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them." Think about that. Being ignored only hurts when you choose to interpret it as rejection. But if you see it differently, not as loss, but as information, you reclaim your strength. She is showing you who she really is. A woman who pulls away without explanation, without respect, has already removed herself from your life. Why fight it? Let her go. You don't need closure, you need clarity. And clarity whispers a truth men often forget. Never chase what is already trying to leave you. Lesson 2. Respect yourself more than you crave her attention. Every time you send another double text, over-explain yourself, or beg for her validation, You chip away at the very essence of your masculinity. She doesn't respect men who can't walk away, because weakness repels what strength naturally attracts. Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." And that's the key. When you choose to respect your own peace over her fleeting attention, you flip the dynamic completely. You're no longer reacting, you're reclaiming. And trust me, she will feel that shift. Lesson 3. Let absence speak for you. Don't block her. Don't subtweet her. Don't announce your exit with dramatic words. Just disappear into silence. Let her watch your story and wonder why you no longer watch hers. Let her send that casual, "Hey," 2 weeks later, only to be met with silence. Your absence isn't petty, it's powerful. It speaks volumes louder than any speech ever could. Lesson 4. Invest in yourself, not the illusion. Use the space she created to elevate your life. Pour that energy into your body at the gym, your mission in business, your bond with brothers, and the sharpening of your mind. Every ounce of energy you once wasted on her is now fuel for your growth. Because when you evolve in silence, you don't just come back stronger, you come back unrecognizable. And when that happens, she'll realize a painful truth. She never truly had a man like you. She only had a version. And the new you, the man you've become, he won't even look back. And that brings us to the deeper truth behind why absence, growth, and self-respect break the cycle of her games. Lesson 5. Control the frame. Don't surrender it. When she pulls away, she wants to control the narrative, that she is the chooser, that you are the one left behind. But a Stoic man never surrenders the frame of his life to another person's whims. Remember Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The frame is your perception, your standards, your direction. When you stand firm in your frame, her attempt to destabilize you only exposes her own insecurity. She may try to dictate the rhythm, but your silence and composure prove the truth. You are the one who decides where your life moves, not her. And in that quiet authority, you dominate, not by force, but by presence. Lesson 6. Transform rejection into redirection. Every moment she withdraws is not a loss, it is an opening. Nature abhors a vacuum, and what she vacates creates space for something greater. Epictetus reminds us, don't seek for everything to happen as you wish it would, but rather wish that everything happens as it actually will, and your life will flow well. Rejection, when reframed, becomes redirection. Instead of spiraling into self-doubt, you channel the void into vision. You build, you grow, you refine, and in that process, her absence becomes irrelevant, because the man you are becoming no longer needs her presence. In fact, you will thank her in silence, because without her retreat, you may never have unlocked this new fire within you. In the previous part, we talked about transformation through silence, and how that very stillness shapes you into an entirely new version of yourself. Now, let's go deeper, because when you grow in silence, you return in a form no one can recognize. And then, she will be forced to face a difficult truth. She never truly had a man like you. What she once had was only an older version, an unfinished draft. The new man, the one who emerged from silence and growth, will no longer look back. He has already moved forward. So, pay close attention to these modern applications, the ways to turn past weakness into the strength of a true warrior. Let's be brutally honest. When a woman ignores them, most men fall into 3 familiar traps. They beg, they get angry, or they rush to social media, posting fake smiles and pretending to be happy. But in reality, all three responses scream the same desperate truth: I'm not okay without you. But the Stoic man is different. He disappears from her radar. He doesn't post quotes about heartbreak. He doesn't play childish games. He simply lets her walk away, because he knows one thing for certain: whatever leaves peace was never meant to stay. You are not in the business of convincing someone of your worth. Your mission is to master yourself. And here's the paradox: when she feels the distance, when she sees your growth, when she realizes you are no longer waiting, that's the exact moment her ego collapses. Because what she thought was control was, in truth, only your compassion. And now, it's gone. Let her taste the silence. And then comes the final Stoic move. She may have ignored you, but you didn't break. You didn't chase. You didn't lose yourself. You evolved. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." So let her play her games. Let her fish for reactions. Let her test you. You remain the man of calm fire, unshakable, mysterious, grounded like the earth itself. Because in the end, when a woman ignores you, she is only revealing what she truly values. And if that value isn't you, then that loss belongs to her, not you. So walk away. Walk with pride. Walk in silence. And then watch as the ego that once tried to wound you crumbles under the weight of your indifference. You are not cold. You are calm. And that calm is powerful enough to destroy everything that does not deserve you. In the end, silence is not weakness, it is strength in its purest form. When you stop chasing, when you stop begging, when you refuse to play the games, you reveal something rare: a man who values himself above all else. That's the essence of Stoicism. She may ignore you, she may test you, she may try to control the frame, but every time you choose calm over chaos, self-respect over desperation, and growth over reaction, you prove a truth she cannot escape. You are not the man she thought you were. You are something greater. So let her feel the weight of your absence. Let her witness the fire of your evolution. And remember, a Stoic man doesn't need revenge. He doesn't need validation. His very presence, his silence, his calm is the victory. Walk away, not with anger, not with fear, but with the quiet power of a man who knows his worth. Because in the end, that calm, unshakable strength will destroy everything that was never meant for you, while attracting everything that truly is.